What's up, Big Blue Nation? I'm your boy Bradley B-Row back in the building, and each week, I have a guest on, and this week I have a special guest, former Wildcat Jared Vanderbilt. Man, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. What's going on?
Shoot, not much, man. Just trying to maintain like everybody else. I guess. What have you been up to, man? Like during this quarantine time, I know that you been trying to stay in shape and whatnot. Tell us about what you've been doing.
Right now, we've been working out. They opened up the facility here in Minnesota, so I've been back, working out with some of the guys. But to start the quarantine, there wasn't much I could do, so I was just at home, trying to do other stuff that didn't involve basketball, like just trying to expand other aspects of my life, like whether it was reading or doing some stuff I had put to the side that I didn't have time to do while the season was going on. So. I pretty much did that the first couple months back down in Houston. And then once they opened up back out here, I started back working out. So it's been pretty good.
Yeah, what has it been like for you, man? You came from Denver, now you're in Minnesota. People know you got traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And what has it been like for you, man, been in Minnesota? What's your thoughts? I know it's been a lot going on there, but I guess basketball first, what have you liked about it so far?
Minnesota's been good. I haven't been here that long, considering I just got traded in February, and then they canceled the season in March. So I was only out here for and considering I was going up and down from Iowa, so I was only out here like maybe 3-4 weeks. So, but just in that short period of time, I just seen how family oriented this team is. We're a young team, and the trade wasn't as bad for me because I also had like 8 guys coming with me, so it was a huge trade. We got a whole new team, fresh new start, and it's been good. Like that's why I'm out here now, to try to gain chemistry with some of the team, and just get to know each other. So I think it's been good during this time to really lock in and try to get to know each other and hang out and stuff like that. So it's been good.
That's good. I'm glad, man. I'm glad everything's going good with you trying to get settled in. I'm gonna go back to your days before you got to UK. I'm gonna talk about your high school days, man. You were the top man coming out of high school, the Collins All-American, you did the Jordan Brand Classic, the Nike Hoop Summit. I mean, you did it all, man. And obviously, your whole family played, basketball. So you come from a basketball family. Just talk about that, coming up, man. You're young, your youthhood, in the youth, just playing sports, and I guess maybe having that instilled in you when you were young.
Like you said, a lot of my family played basketball, ranging from, so I kind of grew up in it at a young age. Just, first picked up a ball when I was around 5 and just kind of fell in love with the game. And me being the youngest, I got 5 siblings, so it's 6 of us. And me being the youngest, it kind of just started off like each younger child was actually better than the other. So it was like, my people were good at basketball, but it's like I was able to learn from all of them. You know what I'm saying? So, I had it good that way. But yeah, just playing basketball at a young age. Like you said, by the time I was in middle school, I kind of realized I was, a little bit better than the pack. So I knew I could probably make something serious about this. So I really took it serious as far as, being locked in, playing in the gym, and try to focus on everything just to, make that next level.
Yeah, you were in Houston, Texas, man. A lot of basketball there, man. A lot of colleges, a lot of schools. Before you thought about coming to Kentucky, what was some of the other schools in Texas? I know you had to be recruited by Texas, TCU. I mean, all the schools there before you came to Kentucky, man. Talk about those schools there that were heavily recruiting you before you came to Kentucky.
Man, yeah. I first had one of my offers when I was like 8th grade, and most of them was just Texas schools, from TCU to Houston to Texas to Baylor, and like I said, a lot of them was recruiting me first, and longer. Texas was was a pretty decent option. They had some coaching changes. And I kind of wanted to get away from home, so that wasn't, and then Houston, that was just too close to home. I always wanted to play home, but not that close. And my cousin was actually one of the coaches at TCU at the time, so I was also considering them. Yeah, I kind of wanted to just go out of state and do something else. So that's why I really didn't consider that much of a Texas school. But yeah, they was recruiting me hard since like middle school.
So yeah, so you finally, you decided to commit to Kentucky. Just talk about that commitment and why it was important for you to go to a program like Kentucky. We know that obviously they're the top dogs, but what about it that drew you into Kentucky?
I mean, I knew right away I wanted to go to Kentucky. Just from watching it, talking to the coaches, talking to the former players, and I just love that challenge of being at Kentucky. I know what they can do for me. The benefits of going to Kentucky. They prepare you for the league. You get to play against the best competition. The results are right there for you. You had lottery picks, you had number 1 picks, you had all of this, and some championship caliber teams. So that was what really drew me into committing to Kentucky.
Yeah, and after you got there, man, you had injuries. You know what I mean? Like you were forced to be out, has foot injuries. I know it had to be very tough for you. I guess just talk me through it, man. Like how tough was that for you to be sitting there on the bench watching after you've been playing, all in AAU, knowing you were ready to come and make an impact on the team, and then you had to watch, man. Just talk about how frustrating that was for you.
I mean, it was very frustrating, especially as a young guy, you going into college and, you just had hopes and dreams of just playing on the biggest stage and stuff like that. And before I even got the chance to do that, I got hurt, that summer going into the season. And, it was just frustrating, but it was also a relief having, like I said, having that support system around me with my team. They was there to uplift me. Coach was always there, by my side throughout the whole process. But yeah, like it was frustrating, and I got to play a little bit, and then I got hurt again, and that was one of the worst situations that I could possibly imagine. And then on top of that, a lot of the people, the outside, didn't really know what was going on, and all they could do was assume because at the time, we couldn't really just put more information out there than needed, right. And it was just a whole nother level of that was just a whole other ball game. But yeah.
Yeah, I know it had to be very frustrating because, like you said, sitting down and everybody was waiting for you to come around, and then obviously you started to play. I think I'm not for sure. I think your very first game might have been like I want to say Arkansas or somebody. I remember
South Carolina.
No, okay, South Carolina. Thank you, South Carolina. I just remember watching you in there. You were so excited and geeked up, man. I'm sure those nerves had to be running through, to play on your very first game on the road in a pretty crazy environment in South Carolina. Just talk about that opportunity.
Yeah, like you said, yeah, I was geeked. I hadn't played in a while. The last time I had played was like in high school for the like the Hoops on McDonald's game, and before then I hadn't played for like that whole season. So that was really the only 3 games I played in like the last 2 years. So I was just happy to get out there to finally be able to put Kentucky on my in front of my chest, be able to play along my guys. And yeah, like I said, adrenaline was rushing. I was going 100 miles an hour. I was just just excited to be out there. Just finally really just be able to play again. Once you get the game taken away from you, you start looking at stuff in a different aspect. You just never take it for granted. You just appreciate every moment that you get stuck on that course. So, that was a real proud moment for me.
Yeah, and once you did come back to play, man, you were, you started doing your thing. You obviously, I think, led the team in rebounding. You were like, pretty much almost a double machine there. Playing with guys like Kevin Knox and Quade and all those guys, man. Just talk about that chemistry that you guys had, even though it was a short amount of time. Just talk about the chemistry, because I think one of your bigger games you had, I remember, was maybe against West Virginia. When y'all went down the road, right, and played when Kevin Knox had to come out party on that game. Just talk about the chemistry of the team, man, and how easy or maybe difficult it was to have that bond, knowing you wasn't even playing during that time.
I mean, we all had a tight bond. Like I said, the whole team, we all hung out together. We did stuff together. So we was definitely really close. And even for me, I feel like that us being close off the court kind of made it easier for me to kind of ease in there, you know, because it's not easy for anybody for somebody to come in. I think I came in January, February, like basically after they played 20 games. So it's not easy for me going in there trying to fit in and them trying to, you know, accept me and acknowledge how I play and try to fit into the system that they already established, you know, from the 20 games. So, but they, like I said, they made it easy for me. I made it easy for them, you know, just based off of how I play and, you know, what we were trying to do as a team. But like I said, us being close off the court really helped, you know, me get back in and, you know, ease my way in. But like I said, it was a great group of guys I played with. You know, I still keep in contact with them to this day. So, yeah, like I said, brother.
Just ask you about the coaching staff there, man. You know, you playing for KP and Coach Cal. How much better did you get as a player and as a person, you know, being able to play for them, for those guys?
I mean, being able to play for them was great. You know, KP and Cal, you know, they always just want the best out of you. You can think you're doing good, but it's always more and another level that they, you know, they want you to tap into. And, you know, they got a thing for just bringing that dog out of you, you know. And biggest thing with Cal was like, you know, really just play hard. You know what I'm saying? Just have that dog, have that fight mentality. And I already had that coming in, but they just enhanced it and brought another little level out of me. And I just hate I didn't get to play a full season with them or, you know, with that whole team, and kind of hate how it ended, you know. But, you know, I'm very thankful and appreciative for, you know, their support and even how they handled the situation when I got injured and stuff like that. You know, they was there with me. They was there with me. They supported me throughout the whole process. So, like I said, that's just a testimony to their character and what type of dudes they are. And, you know, yeah, I said I still love them guys.
Yeah, and I know it was a very difficult decision for you. You know, you didn't really play a full season, but you did have an impact when you were there. Obviously, you decided to put your name into the draft. How tough was that? Because obviously there wasn't a lot of, I guess, film on you, but I'm sure you heard from a lot of good people that had seen you play, you know, previously before you came to Kentucky, and even when you came in to be able to say, hey, put your name in the draft. How difficult was that decision for yourself?
I mean, it was definitely difficult because I honestly was leaning towards coming back. You know, I wanted to come back. I wanted to perform on that highest level and just make my name. I feel like those 10 games I played was only scratching the surface, and I just had a lot more to offer, a lot more to grow as a person, as a player. And I just felt like that chapter was just left unfinished. So at the time, I did want to go back for sure. But like I said, I talked to some guys, talked to my parents, talked to Kyle and KP, the doctors at the time, because I was still hurt. You know, I still had some foot problems at that time. And, you know, after gathering all that information, Cal was like, man, do what's best for you. He was just very supportive. It wasn't no like, you need to come back, this and that. He was like, we weighed out every option. And he expressed to me his opinions and how he felt. And he was basically like, man, if you have an opportunity to go, you might as well just go for it and go. And, you know, that was one of the reasons I kept my name in the draft. You know, and you know, I still appreciate those guys for supporting me through the process. It wasn't no, if you need to come back, and if you don't come back, you know, we cutting ties or nothing like that. So I still talk to those guys, and you know, thankful for, you know, their guidance and their support through the whole process. But yeah, that's pretty much.
And then, you know, once you were in the draft, you got drafted, and then second round there, Orlando, but then you get traded to Denver. You go out there, obviously you still had your injury you had to battle through. But what was it like out there in Denver, man? I always hear about, you know, the different altitude and, you know, a different world out there, man. Just talk, and you played with Jamal Murray out there, and you had some pretty good, you know, pretty good teammates out there. Just talk about being in Denver and the atmosphere, and then, you know, playing on the squad.
I mean, Denver was great, you know, from the staff to the team to, you know, the city. And I loved everything about it. Just they welcomed me with open arms. They knew my situation, that I was hurt, you know, coming into the team, and they still took a chance on me and drafted me. So I was, forever grateful for that. But um, they never pressured me into playing. They allowed me to rehab properly, take the proper time, to go through the whole process. It was never a rushing. They never rushed me into, come back to play. We need you to do that. And part of that was because we had already had a championship caliber team. We had a great team. So there wasn't no need for me to even, rush at that particular time. But like I said, they had a great staff from top to bottom, great teammates. I was able to play with a couple former Kentucky Wildcats too, like you said, Jamal and Trey Lyles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no, it was a great experience, great team.
Yeah, and now you've been. I know you said you've been a D League or G League,
Mm-hmm.
playing there. What is it like for there? I know you need to get the reps and you be able to get to play. You still play against high caliber players. What has it been like for you in the G League, man, and your experience and being able to get those reps in to get ready to, come up and play in the big boy league, so to say?
Yeah, I mean, the G League was great for me. I know a lot of guys don't like it; they despise it. They think it's like a demotion or whatever going down and playing the G League. But for me, my biggest thing is like over the last 3 or 4 years, I've only played probably like 30 games, and so to say that's not a lot of games at all. So the biggest thing for me was to get reps, to get my rhythm back, because like each time I got hurt and you do that rehab, it's like you're starting back from scratch, and you got to like just train your body how to move again, get back in rhythm, get back in shape, get the touch back and all that kind of stuff. So considering that I had been hurt, like I got hurt the last 3 years, of my, going into that year. So the biggest thing for me was going in there and get the reps, being able to play. And I didn't care if it was the G League or the it didn't matter where it was. I just wanted to hoop at the time. So, like I said, it was good for me to get a chance to go down to the G League and, develop my game and get my rhythm back and, get stronger and stuff like that. And then when I was called up, I played a little bit. So the G League was great. The G League is all about the mindset and how you want to utilize it. Like if you go down there with the right mindset, it could get bad. You know what I'm saying? Because situation, because so to say, like nobody wants to be in the G League. Like everybody, from the staff to the coaches to the players to the refs, everybody wants to move up to the big leagues. So everybody's goal is to be in the big leagues.
Right.
So nobody wants to be there. But if you have the right mindset of going in there and knowing what you got to do to get out of there and just utilizing it the right way, the G League is a great opportunity for you to grow, get better, and that's how I looked at it, and that's how I used it.
Well, that's a good way of looking at it, man. It's an opportunity for you to play. If you love the game, you'll play anywhere. It don't matter, G League, overseas, whatever.
Exactly.
YMCA, you gonna hoop. That's just what hoopers do. And you talk about being from Houston. I know you're from Houston, so I gotta get your thoughts, man. Because I'm a dirty South Houston type guy. I like Bum B. I like Evan the Dude. I like Paul Wall. I like UGK. So I gotta get your thoughts, man. Who are you rocking with? What are you listening to? From Houston, what Houston guys are you listening to, or you have a new guys in Houston I don't know about? You can plug me in with.
I mean, everybody still listens to those guys. I mean, they legends in the city. So, I mean, their music never get old. So you can ride through the city and you're gonna hear some Bun B, you're gonna hear some Paul Wall, you're gonna hear some Screw, stuff like that. So those definitely legends. But as of right now, we got some younger cats like Maxo Cream and Sauce Walker. I don't know if you heard of those guys, but. And obviously Travis Scott, he's from Houston. So those probably the main Houston rappers I would say right now that's on the rise. Holding the city down.
Before I let you go, man, I gotta ask you, what do you miss about being in Lexington? I know you're only there for a short amount of time. You played for Kentucky, but you have some memories there. I guess what is one thing or some things that you will miss about being in Lexington?
Shit, Lexington, I miss my team, being around those guys every day. I miss the atmosphere, the games in Rupp, even from when I was playing and I was watching on the bench, just the energy in Rupp. I miss just the going at each other every day, just the practicing and, being able to come together as a team. watching us grow, on and off the court. I feel like that was just dope. Being able to, from coming in August and how we finished up in March, just seeing us grow as a team, as a player. I feel like that was dope. So that's a couple of things I'm gonna miss. Yeah, I mean, pretty much it. Like I said, I wish I could have played more and been able to experience a lot more in college, just because I feel like the injury kind of just neglected a lot of stuff. Like, me, really being able to experience college, but it was like, nonetheless, it was a dope experience, and like we got memories to last for a lifetime. So that's pretty much what it's all about, anyway. So,
I know I know you're gonna be pretty busy during the season, but we'd love to have you come back, man. Come to a game and be the Y or something like that. Be able to get back to a game. I know you probably would love to do that. Come back.
I was even talking to Hami about it. If we were to, 'cause I know our season might not start till like December or January. They're trying to work that out. And if college still starts in what does it start, October?
Yep, October, November, kind of. Yep.
Yeah, well, I said during that time we still ain't playing by then. Yeah, we'll definitely pull up to some games. I always want to go back, to some Kentucky games, but that don't conflict with the season. But yeah, like I said, we've been back every summer, the last 2 summers. So yeah, it'd be dope to get out there to a game for sure.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you. I want to say, man, I wish that I'm happy for you now, but I wish I got to see you play in that blue jersey for one more year, because I think that you made some noise, man, there, because you were a beast. You were a rebounding machine. You were physical. You brought a lot of energy, and that's just me being selfish. That's just me being selfish. I want to be able to see you play again in that, but it'd been nice to see you play one more year. But you're doing your thing, man. I want to say thank you for coming on and taking some time with me. It's always good to catch up with any former player, especially I hope you stay healthy, wish you well. You can go out there and ball out and show everybody what kind of game you got, because obviously at BBN, we didn't get a chance to see a lot of it, but now you're healthy. We hopefully get to see the full Jared Vanderbilt,
Sure. I appreciate you, my guy.